Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another interview. I'm the same as always, Skittle, and today with us, the specialist of the guest, Miguel. How are you feeling?
Dude, I'm feeling great, bro. We just got back from my sister's football game. They got destroyed, but spirits are high because they put up a better fight than we were expecting them to put up.
Okay. We like the spirits being high, and hey, as long as the team doesn't lose as bad as it is, that's a win in my book. So we'll take that. We'll
Honestly,
take that. But speaking of winning, how are you feeling about Copa coming up soon?
I'm excited for it. It's the first one we've had in a while. I honestly don't remember when was the last one. That's
March. So April, June,
a,
May, June,
a
July.
while ago,
Yeah, so like 8 months ago or something like that.
and a lot has happened in between now and then. Um,
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to see all the guys to again play some footy again, get back into it. I've been getting back into the groove, trying to practice, get everything like that. And I realized I am washed. I am washed. But I have been going to the gym.
Okay.
So there is a plus side there. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be a fun time. And may the best player win.
Okay. I would like to hear that. Positive vibes. It's been a while since the guys got together to play some footy, so just having that in general is nice. It's nice. But let's like usually run it back to season 7. So, you know, you won it. All that. But let's go over the group stage real quick. So you had your group with Lucas, Leo, and Joel. And due to Leo not being there, you had a free bypass with that. Um, Easy first game against Lucas, 2-0. And then you had that interesting loss to Joel, 1-2, which really set the record for where you're going to finish in the group. Because, Hawaii didn't lose the rest of the games, and you didn't lose.
Mhm.
So, you go into that fourth match day playing your equal on the other side, which is Dante, in a second place match. And, you come out on top with that one. But unfortunately for you, that Joel came out on top in his and ended up winning the group. So that you don't get that bye week. So what was your thoughts with that?
It was I'm also trying to remember because it's been so long at this point. It was mainly just like just trying to recover as much as possible then, knowing that I didn't have the bye week going to into the playoffs because I didn't get that top spot. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I was gonna have to, like manage myself a lot more
Yeah,
because that time just wasn't gonna be there. But also I feel like a lot of it was kind of watching to see what the other guys are doing, how they were like measuring up, the like if I could find any strategical openings, even if like, I was going to be more tired because I didn't have that bye week. See if I could find another like gap opening because of
yeah,
anything else that's happening with them.
yeah. And that's an interesting strategic mindset to see, any slip ups, anything to pick up on and stuff like that. Which I mean you did go into your next game getting another game against Dante. Actually no, I lied, sorry. You go against Chuck since you don't get that bye week, Dante and Joel end up winning their groups, so they get their buys. So you have your first playoffs against Chuck, which came out to be a 3-2. Um, Now it has been a while, so I don't really remember how that game went, and a lot of the footage is not to be seen. So, uh, what were your thoughts if you can remember that game?
If I remember correctly, if I'm not mistaken, that game I took an early 2-0 lead, but because of some chatting that was going on the sidelines, you know, uh it allowed Chuck to get back to 2-2.
Uh huh.
And at that point, we left it as like a complete free for all to see who was going to get that last goal to win the game and ultimately like go on. And I think that at that point, that's whenever I was just like, yeah, stop messing around, score the
Yeah.
goal, and keep it rolling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I don't remember exactly the whole process to it, but I do remember it being 2-2 at one point, and yeah, getting that it was a interesting game actually to see the fierceness come out in Chuck, to see him actually push it for that. There was a moment where it was like, hey, could it actually happen? Because it was wild, but no, you managed to pull it back. And then move on to semifinals, which you get a clean sweep 3-0 against Dante. What were your thoughts about with that one?
Well, that one I feel like it's a lot simpler than any of the other games just because Dante doesn't have as much experience in football in general, or especially
Hmm.
in 1v1s.
Yeah,
So it's just kind of exploiting his kind of eagerness to do things, whether it be attacking or defending. I feel like it was very easy for him to get ahead of himself and kind of mess himself up. And
yeah.
at that point, you just kind of step one way, step the other. He oversteps, and you have clear shot on goal. So that's why I feel like it would have been quick and easy to, take that 3-0 and go on to the final.
Okay, okay. Which you end up doing, and then you face William in a big finals. It's been a while since y'all two had a finals appearance against each other. So having that again, especially with William coming off, a pretty struggle of a group stage that he had himself and seeing the finals. But how are you feeling with that, and then eventually the winning match?
Um, Again, with this final, it was a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember. But I feel like it was pretty evenly contested because I'm pretty sure William came off of a quite spicy semifinal against Joel, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Spicy, like controversial type, that gets your blood hot.
Mm.
So I feel like that's kind of like I knew what I was dealing with going into this game. So I felt like my approach would have been to kind of, try and keep things under control as much as possible. And again, like try to make them outplay themselves,
Yeah.
and just find gaps, find chances to, sneak in, uh, and get a shot on goal, to maybe get a goal, and overall just kind of defend and make sure things don't get out of control.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, and that's really what happened. If I remember correctly, William took a 2-1 lead, but eventually the mistakes ended up catching up to him, and it ended up being 4-2 in your favor. Go on to claim your fifth Copa and continue widening that gap between everybody else, as William and Joel only have one each. So it's a big gap there now. Four championships just to tie with you, five to even pass you, and who knows when the next five Copas are going to be. So you're gonna have that for a while, But yeah, that was season 7. Ended back with you. It's been, I think, 2 seasons since you last won. No, no. It's just one season. You had one break when William won it, and then you won it back
Yeah.
again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, back to business. But now we begin to talk about the present. Season 8. Some changes now. So start off. You have a group with William and Dylan and Lucas, and then you have that extra play match against Joel. So starting off, you have Lucas, and you face William, and then back to back with Joel, and you end it with Dylan. Now, it's not your typical first to two matchups anymore. That's 5 minutes of unlimited goals. So now that you have to play these full 5 minutes, where's your strategy going in?
Because that's the part where I'm not 100% sure. 'Cause I feel like a lot of it has to do with what everyone else's strategy is gonna go in. Like how much ultimately is goal differential gonna be a factor in
Yeah,
in the groups now? That it can get crazy if you play and you farm against someone like Lucas. Uh, can you realistically just like score one goal, try and get one early against someone like Joel, someone like William, and then like ball hog or like just completely be an inconvenience to them and try and like edge out an ugly win? Like, is
yeah,
that the strategy? Or is it like just kind of have fun and like take it easy and know that like no matter what, like the big three, William, me, and Joel, like we're gonna make it out of the group stage. Like there's
mhm,
just no way like we don't.
yeah,
Um, so it's kind of balancing the approach, kind of seeing how everyone else kind of takes it. But it's hard to whenever I'm pretty sure I'm the first game against Lucas. And that would be like my biggest opportunity to farm if
yeah.
that was the decision I made.
Yeah, it's a lot of strategy going into it, especially with how certain groups like for Joel, he shouldn't lose any matches. So for him, goal difference doesn't matter. He could just get easy wins all around, and boom, he's top of the leaderboard, and that's that. Whereas with you, you have William, so your match against him could be decisive. Let's say you win it, and then you lose to Joel, then boom, you guys are tied in the group. Or you lose to William and he managed to lose someone else, you're tied in the group. So that's where that goal difference really can come through, or not. It's just hard to tell. You won't really know until you play your games, and also 5 minutes of pure football against harder opponents. That's that stamina that could really get to you too. So yeah, it's a hard one to do, but yeah, we're here for the clips, for the goal farming, for all the entertainment that it provides, because that really was the main point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm excited for that. I'm excited for all the excitement, all the clips that are gonna come with these 5 minute periods.
All right. Now, I imagine you see yourself winning this group.
Um, with it's me, William, Dylan, and Lucas, right?
Lucas. Mm-hmm.
Um, Honestly, I can't speak for how much practice William has put in. I don't think I've put in as much practice as I would have liked to as of thus far. We
Yeah.
do still have another week, so I do have time to try and get that more in. But honestly, would like to give William his flowers and think that like we literally have like a coin flip chance of each winning the group. Um, so it's just that game. That game is going to be, you know, like you said, decisive to see who wins.
Yep. Very much, very much. And I mean, you never know what form of version you're gonna get of each player too. So it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out there. But either way, you're making the playoffs, whether you get a bye week or whether you're not. Um, which you look on the other side of the board and you have Joel, which is gonna win that group. So realistically, you're not gonna play him unless it's semifinals or finals. Um, and then it's Chuck, Leo, and Dante. So, one of those are going to be your opponent. So, how you feel, going to that maybe quarterfinals, but potentially semifinals against a lighter.
Well, firstly, like in playoffs, do we still have the first to three? Or are we also running the 5 minutes in
No, no, no.
playoffs?
Playoffs will remain untouched. It'll be the first to
Okay.
three.
Okay. Then I feel like in that sense, you can kind of approach each game as it comes, especially with those kinds of being the opponents. It's like don't get ahead of yourself kind of thing. Pace yourself. There's no need to get tired because those guys, like, they might not be the most like greatest skilled,
Yeah.
but they can run and they can tire you out. And if you get tired out and then all of a sudden you have semifinal against William, semifinal against Joel, well, like now you're cooked.
Yeah.
So it's mainly trying to find that balance, trying to pace yourself, trying to keep things in check, keep things in order, like know what you need to do to accomplish your goal.
Yeah.
Uh, whether it be, knocking it out quickly or just kind of like dragging it out and making it slower
hmm
so that you can have that opportunity to catch your breath and keep on going.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. And, that's true. You can have a easier opponent. But if you let yourself slack off, you lose extra stamina going against a really harder semifinals, and you win that, then you're really struggling energy carrying that into the finals, and that can be really big. But yeah, now calling it right now, what is your finals matchup? Are you gonna be in it, and who are you facing?
See, now this is the hard part because I already have William in my group. So it's gonna be very, very difficult to kind of gauge him because I haven't seen like what level he's at. Like if he's been
Yeah.
practicing a lot, like he could be the one to watch this Copa. Because and like my practicing with Joel, like we both had our ups and downs, like in our footy ability recently. We're both kind of washed, but trying to get back into the groove of it.
hmm
So like if William has been like consistent with his training and like keeping everything to get ready for this Copa, I honestly think that like he will be like the cemented finalist. But it's we'll tell.
Yeah. Time will tell. It's hard to tell. Everybody, unless you're with another person of the group, no one knows how everybody's abilities are. Like that seems like everybody's washed. But I mean that comes with age. Everybody's getting old. You're all unks, and no one can play anymore. And the youngs,
Don't say y'all. Yeah,
yeah,
because
y'all,
you're in there
y'all.
too.
I'm an interviewer, so
Yeah, yeah,
I
but
don't
you're
play here.
well, yeah, but you're still the interview. How are you? How old are you? Like 36 now?
Hey now, don't be leaking the information. But yeah, and then the up and coming generation hasn't really proven themselves, Lucas. So it's just hard to tell, where everybody's skill levels are at. So yeah, but yeah, that's season 8. So it's nice to see, what the finals are. But we kind of talked about your training, but you want to get more into detail. So how has the gym been going? You said there's not much footy training, but the gym can still translate.
Yeah, the gym, dude, it's actually been so much fun. I've had a lot of enjoyment coming out of going to the gym.
Uh huh.
And I have seen myself get stronger.
Oh yeah.
Whether that or not will like immediately translate over to the pitch, whether it be like shoulder to shoulder kind of challenges or playing against William or Joel, like we'll have to wait and see how that all goes. But overall, like I feel that kind of just having that kind of fitness already kind
Yeah.
of gives you more of an edge than if you just like haven't done anything, then practice for a couple weeks and then
Yeah.
showed up to Copa. So I think that it'll be good. I don't think it'll give me a crazy advantage because I know most of the other guys at this point go to the gym. Like I know Joel, I know William, I know Leo. Like they all go to the gym.
Mhm.
So it's hard to have that give you an edge whenever everyone else goes as well.
Yeah.
But it's just whether you can take advantage of what you've garnered in the gym if it translates over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It seems like everybody's strength has been improving, and it's good to see. We all want to see everybody get more athletic, more stronger, more in shape to, get more of a peak performance of everybody. But yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see what translates from the gym over to your footy, and yeah, so we're excited to see that. And now for these closing comments, anything you want to say? Anything you want to get off the chest? Be a little spicy in this.
Um, I would say yes, but it's like I haven't really talked to a lot of the guys a whole lot in
Yeah.
between like last Copa and this Copa. All I know is that like I really hope Chuck steps it up, man, because like he's always had more potential than what he's ever done, and it's low key been like a little bit disappointing.
Hmm.
So I'm really looking forward to Chuck. Hopefully, he's able to step it up this Copa. Looking forward to Leo, see what he can provide. Um, and just trying to avoid back shots from Dylan, mainly trying to survive there. Uh, and I think it'll be a great Copa. Looking forward to it, and let's see who wins it.
Yeah. I mean, nothing much more needs to be said. You said your pieces, and hopefully, certain people bring out their A game. We unfortunately weren't able to see Leo's performance in season 7, and that was what a lot of us here at LNP were really looking forward to because he showed more glimpses of something. We think back of the FIFA cards; he had a pretty good rating, and everybody had high expectations just for him not to be there. So hopefully this time we can see really where Leo's at, where Chuck can bring, what can Dante go back to back with podiums, and what Dylan can bring. I feel like we've mentioned everybody of importance there, besides the big three. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Anyways, so yeah, have thank you for the comments. Thank you for that. And Miguel, we're excited to see you on the pitch.
Excited to see everyone else too.